So let us discuss Bhagavad-gītā 9.13 on the theme Bhakti is mentioned everywhere in Gita, throughout Gita. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritimashritaha bhajantyananya manaso jnatva bhutadim avyayam. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Hare Krishna. So this verse is a very important verse which speaks about the importance of Mahatma. Mahatma means, the definition of Mahatma. Mahatma means the great souls. Mahatma translates to the great souls. So Mahatmas, who are Mahatmas? Mahatmas are those who are under the protection of the divine nature. Let us talk about that. Daivim prakritim ashritaha. We have discussed about Maya. So we know that conditioned living entities are under the clutches of Maya. But these great souls are not under the clutches of Maya. They have turned to the internal energy of Krishna, the divine energy. It's called Daivim Prakritim. So two types of Prakriti. One is the external energy, Maya, the three modes of material nature. And the second type of one, that is the Daivim Prakriti, that is the divine nature. Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha means they have taken shelter of the Daivi Prakriti. They have taken shelter of the internal energy of Krishna. And then what do they do? What is their activity? How do you find out who is a Mahatma? Bhajanti, those who worship. Ma means those who worship Krishna. Ananya Manasaha, that is the important qualification. Without deviation in mind. These pure devotees are always worshipping Krishna. They are engaged in full devotional service. Why? Why are they worshipping? Is it because they think that worshipping Krishna is one of the devatas in the Upasana Kanda? There are many more devatas. So on one day we will worship Krishna. Is it like that? No. Or are they out of ignorance they are worshipping? No. Jnatva, they know that. What is that? Bhutadim avyayam. He knows that, the Mahatma knows Krishna's position. So first of all, one must know Krishna's position. Who is Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jnatva, Bhutadim avyayam. Krishna himself is saying, Bhutadi, Bhuta Adi. Bhuta means creation. Adi means origin. Krishna is the origin of the creation. So from him the creation has come, and by him the creation is maintained, and unto him the creation will go inside him. So Jnatva Bhutadim Avyayam. Avyayam means he is inexhaustible. Let us go through this purport. So here Prabhupada is saying, in this verse the description of Mahatma is clearly given. So the first sign of Mahatma is that he is already situated in the divine nature. He is not under the control of material nature. And how is this affected? That is explained in the 7th chapter. One who surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of God, Sri Krishna, at once becomes freed at the control of material nature. That is the qualification. So what is the qualification for somebody? That one must be surrendered to the Supreme Personality of God. Right? We have seen Mamhi Partha Vyapasrita. We have seen, Krishna has said that those souls who have taken shelter unto me, right, they will cross over the Maya. Krishna says that the Maya is Duratyaya, but those who take shelter of him, Maya metam tarantite, so they will cross over Maya. That's the qualification of a Mahatma. That is a preliminary formula. So how to become a Mahatma? First of all, we have to take shelter of Krishna. right? So, who are these Mahatmas? Can we think of some Mahatmas? These are the pure devotees. So, Mahatmas, I'll tell you one story. One day, Narada had come to Lord Vishnu and asked, who is a Mahatma? Can you please show who is a Mahatma? Then he says, okay, I'll show you a Mahatma. You please go and you go to the earth on certain time. Okay, you will see the Mahatma. He will see that there was a dog, a pregnant dog. Okay, and then he sees a pregnant dog who is just about to deliver a baby, right? And then as soon as the baby was delivered, it sees Narada, the baby dies. That is the dog's baby. So Narada feels very bad about it. And then he goes back to Lord Vishnu and says, I have not seen a Mahatma yet. He says, okay, no problem, I'll show you, don't worry. This time you come to this place on the material world. So Narada goes there. So this time he sees that there is a pregnant cow which was about to just deliver a small calf. So as soon as the calf was delivered, the calf dies. And then Narada feels very bad about it, that he had to witness this. And he goes back to Lord Vishnu and he asks, who is Mahatma? But you're showing me something else. I'm feeling very bad that I've seen this incident. And then Lord Vishnu says, okay, wait, I'll show you. Then he says, okay, come to this place. Narada goes there. But this time, it was a human mother. A human mother was giving birth to a baby. The baby was born. After the baby was born, now Narada was very anxious. Is this baby going to die or is it going to be alive? Right? At that point of time, what happened? The baby was born, and as soon as it was born, it died. Now Narada is like feeling very bad about it. He goes back to Lord Vishnu and asks, my dear Lord, I did not understand what is the message that you're trying to give me. Then Lord Vishnu says, you have asked me who is a Mahatma. I wanted to show you that you yourself are a Mahatma. See, by just seeing you, the dog which was just born, right? By seeing you, it got upgraded to a better birth, to a cow. And then that calf, as soon as it saw you, it got upgraded to the human birth. And after it died as a human being, it saw you and it came back to Vaikuntha. He came back to Vaikuntha. That soul is now in Vaikuntha. So this is the quality of Mahatma. You are a Mahatma because you are always thinking about me. You're always glorifying me. So this is the qualification of a Mahatma. A Mahatma is always thinking about Krishna. A Mahatma is a pure devotee, 24/7 thinking about Krishna. Right? Just like Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, he used to be always thinking about Krishna. Not only just thinking or meditating about Krishna, he used to be writing books about Krishna. And we have seen in the Prabhupada Leelamrita how he had to stay in a very humble accommodation in a loft in the US. And when he was staying in that loft, he was sharing it with so many other people. They were not even devotees, they were not even saintly people, they were hippies. So he stayed with them. But his consciousness was always very, very high. While all these people, while his roommate was sleeping, Prabhupada was awake. Right? And he was writing books. He was writing Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? And he was writing Srimad Bhagavatam. So he's always thinking about Krishna. Right? So this is a great soul. So what's the difference between a great soul, Mahatma, and a normal person or a Duratma? Is that anybody who is always thinking about Krishna without any deviation, Ananya Manasaha. You see these words, Krishna is always saying, Krishna demands surrender. Krishna doesn't accept that, Krishna, I'll worship you one day, I'll worship some other demigod the next day. Krishna doesn't accept that, nor does he encourage that in any one of the verses in Bhagavad-gītā. He says, if you want to be a devotee, take complete shelter of me. Ananya Manasaha, without any deviation of mind. Of course, that it can mean a lot of things. Sometimes some people do devotional service for the sake of karma kanda, as a part of karma kanda. Okay, that's also not allowed. Or some people who are jnanis, they want to do devotional service of Krishna for the sake of getting liberation. Even that's not ananya manasaha. Or yogis, they are meditating upon Krishna. Even that's not pure devotional service. That you cannot call it ananya manasaha. So ananya manasaha means you should not have any kind of motivation. Ahaitukya apratihata anyabhilashita shunyam. That is what Rupa Goswami said. So these pure devotees, they don't have any intention, they don't have any motivation. They're always thinking about Krishna. Just like Narada. What is the intention that he has? Does he want to do karma kanda? Does he want to go to the heavenly planets? No, he doesn't want. Or does he want liberation? Does he want impersonal liberation? That's why he is worshipping Krishna. That's why he's chanting Narayana. No, it's not at all like that. Or is it that he wants to get Ashtasiddhis? That he wants to get some yogic perfections, mystic perfections? Is that the reason why Narada is Narada? No. He's a pure devotee. He's Mahatma. He's taking the shelter of the internal potency, Bhakti Shakti. That is Radharani's potency. So in our life, we should also be doing this. So we should not think that, okay, there's some great Mahatmas, there's some great Mahajanas. We should also try to become one, right? One day what happened? Srila Prabhupada was talking about Mahajanas, 12 Mahajanas. And then one of the students stood up and said, Prabhupada, you are the 13th Mahajana. Right? And people were shocked when he said that. The devotees thought, what is it that Prabhupada is going to reply now to this? Is he going to say, no, I'm not a Mahajana? Or what is he going to say to this? So he said, Prabhupada said, you are the 14th Mahajana. So it's not that there are only 12 Mahajanas. So the Mahajana, the Guru Parampara has to continue. Right? It's not that there was one Narada and then we will all sit here, we'll just keep his picture and we'll just do whatever we want. No. We should take the shelter of the disciplic succession of Narada. That is this Parampara. This Guru Parampara, Narada is one of the spiritual masters. So we have to take shelter of the spiritual master. And we have to start devotional service. We have to start devotional service, take the shelter of the spiritual master. Right? And then perfect our devotional life. And try to become one of the Mahajanas. That's what Prabhupada's instruction is. Not that we just sit down and we do whatever we want to do. We should not be deluded. After having come in touch with this wonderful Guru Parampara, we should take advantage of it. That's the important point. So that's about today's verse. Here we have Mahatma, and Prabhupada has explained here very nicely how these Mahatmas are always meditating upon Krishna in Krishna consciousness. And not only meditation, they're actively serving as well. They're engaged in unswerving service to the Lord in Krishna consciousness. Right? So always we should be asking this question, whether we are serving the Lord or not. Right? Serving is active service. It's active. Devotional service is active. It's not passive. Okay? We have to actively serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So such a person is called as Mahatma. Alright? So thank you very much. Hare Krishna devotees. We'll stop here.